Sports Talk 1080 The Team Orlando's Tuck and O'Neill. Football season. This is Monday of the opening week of the college football season. We are going to talk of what we believe, Tuck and O'Neill, the four major college football programs in Florida. What's their ceiling? Let's start with Florida.
Ceiling. Top ladder, I would say 8 wins for the Florida Gators, the ceiling this year. SEC East is down, but the Florida Gators are down, and I think getting to a bowl game is probably priority number one.
Got a little homework here. The ceiling, sorry Gator fans, what to think. Okay, I tell you what to think, not what to think. 6-6. That's the ceiling.
Ceiling.
The good thing is that's also the basement. That's what's going to happen. There's only one story about Florida. Mediocrity in the first year for Jim McElwain. And I think they start 4-0. That's the sick thing. All right, let's go to the ACC. Let's start with Miami. Ceiling.
Ceiling's 8 wins for the Miami Hurricanes. They lose so much talent from a year ago. The offensive line's so young. The schedule's a little tricky. If some of the young defensive talent that we don't know much about yet rises to the occasion, if Brad Kaya can carry an offense of skilled players that are probably subpar for Miami standards, then 8 wins is probably the best case scenario.
Miami's had great skilled kids around him. As George O'Leary said, I'd rather have an experienced quarterback, and they have that in the second-year quarterback, than in some of the young talent behind him, even in the backfield, though they've got guys back there who have carried the pigskin. I think Miami will win 8 games. I'd be disappointed if it's less than that.
So what's the ceiling then?
The ceiling, I think, is 8, but I think that's what they're going to win.
So your ceiling is your prediction for everybody?
Hell yeah. What are you, new to this?
No. I mean, there's a ceiling, there's a floor, and then there's somewhere in between.
The floor from Miami. I think they reached the ceiling. That's my point, okay? But I think the potential for a 6-6 season does exist. That would be Al Golden's last if that happens. Florida State.
The ceiling for Florida State, 10 wins. 10 wins, winning the ACC.
Really?
Again this year. I think that's the
10
ceiling.
wins. Yeah. That's the ceiling.
That's the ceiling.
The ceiling is Final Four and run the table. Now, is it impossible? Well, heck no, it's not impossible. I'm going to tee it up. I believe, and I said this 2 months ago, Everett Golson will be in New York along with those, one of which will win the Heisman. That's what I think. At this hour, we don't even know if he's going to be a starting quarterback, but that's what I think. That means I think they have the ability to run them all. I know they have tough assignments at Clemson, at Georgia Tech, and there are others along the way. The ceiling is perfect. I think the lowest would be 3 losses, but that would be disappointing, and I think there'd be some tragedy along the way if that were to happen, meaning significant injuries to the most key personnel. And I think that'd be Golson. All right, UCF, ceiling.
Ceiling for UCF, I would say, is 10 wins, conference champion. I do think that they're going to win the AAC for the 3rd time in a row this year. I have them at 9, but I think the ceiling's 10 wins.
Well, I'm doing my 21st year of sideline reporting for UCF. I'd like to think ceiling would be 10. I think that'd be outstanding because Desmond Howard of the Game Day crew, the former Heisman winner, didn't he win the Heisman? Picked Stanford to win the national championship. They potentially could be that good. UCF has a road game out there. The road game at South Carolina against SEC athletes would be tough. It'd be a first ever win for UCF against them, home or away. They've got to play at Cincinnati. They've got to play at Temple. They've got, a conference schedule with the target on their back for the 3rd year in this conference. Ceiling 10, I think it'll be more like 8-4 and a co-championship in the East, but they will lose, in my opinion, to Cincinnati, and that would make them losers, 2nd place in the division, and not play in the conference title game. They're going to tee it up. The night's on Thursday. Everybody else over the weekend. College football season's here. We're Tuck and O'Neill, weekdays 3 to 6. Sports Talk 1080 The Team Orlando.